Hey guys, today's video is about overhyped makeup and I've compiled my list, but this will be one of those interactive videos. So put in the comment section down below any overhyped makeup products that you have tried and I'll do a part 2 or even part 3 or however many parts like I did with my unpopular opinions video and some other ones like worst makeup packaging. So put your overhyped makeup products and I'll read out your suggestions in a different video. But these are my overhyped makeup products, and disclaimer, if you like any of these, I'm so happy for you. I really am. But for me, these were fine. Like, I'm not saying these are bad products or that these don't work or that these suck. They're not fails. They're just overhyped. I think they just had a lot of hype and then they just didn't live up to the hype. So let's get into it. First one is very controversial for me personally. Pam Mcgrath Lipsticks. And that is mainly for, well, no, all of them. The Blitz something ones, they look stunning on the lips. They look so good. I have this like one pink shade that I tried in my full face of Pam Mcgrath. It looked so good on lips and it does look really good because it's like shiny and shimmery, but it has this gritty glitter in it and you can see it. You can see the like grit on the lipstick and you can feel it. It's like, you know when you get crumbs of like food stuck in your lipstick and then you go to apply it, you can like feel the grit in the lipstick. That's what you get with those, which to me, a high-end lipstick at that price point shouldn't be doing that. 2, I think the matte ones look very heavy on the lips if you apply them kind of full opacity. They emphasize a bunch of like dryness that you didn't know you had, any lines, and they just look like paint on your lips. Like they look very dramatic, so you have to like dot them on or blot them on. You can't really like go full opacity the way people do on Instagram to make it look super like pigmented. Mainly nude ones. I feel like red or any kind of shades like that look so good, but anything nude tends to look a little bit weird. Like if you don't get a shade that looks perfect on you, it will look very out of place or like it's painted on your lips. So I think as a whole, Pam Mcgrath's lipsticks are not my favorite high-end formula. I like Charlotte Tilbury, I like a few of those lipsticks more than Pam Mcgrath. I think they're good, I think the shades are stunning. However, the shades that you see online are never how they look on the lips or when they come to you. Like even just the bullet like screwed up, you will order something that looks like a mauve or a pink and then you get something that just looks completely different. So buying them online is a struggle. 2, they look very different on the lips. So that's my controversial opinion of the day. Pam Mcgrath lipsticks are not necessarily worth the price tag or the hype. Tarte Shape Tape. I haven't tried it in ages and I just feel like it's not the best concealer. It was never the best concealer. I feel like there's so many much better concealers that I prefer, that other people prefer, but we all just fell down this like hype of this like of Tarte Shape Tape. I think it's just so overhyped. I'd love to try it again. I'd probably, if I put down an order for Tarte anytime soon. I haven't tried Tarte in ages and I wanted to try a few things. I went on the website today and just put a few things in my basket, but until I come back into the UK, I will not be ordering anything. I might put, this might be really dumb, I'll put a travel size Shape Tape into my basket and I'll try it for you guys again because I think it's really overhyped. It was never bad. I don't think it's a fail until I try it. I don't know. I don't think it's a fail, but it's definitely not like the best concealer of all time. And yeah, I think it was like the best concealer of all time. It has like the Allure Product of the Year award stamp on it and it won a bunch of awards. So yeah, it's very much hyped, but very much overhyped in my opinion. The Laura Mercier setting powder, like the loose one, it's a powder like every other powder. I don't think it's incredible. I don't think it's amazing. I've tried so many powders that are either comparable, the same, or better. Yes, I've tried worse ones, but there are a bunch that I would buy before the Laura Mercier one. I think the Glossy Wowder is incredible. I think the Colourpop setting powder, like the loose one, so good, like so good. It looks like skin on the skin. The KVD one, super finely milled, not too heavy. It sets really nicely, it blurs. I just don't think you need to buy the Laura Mercier one. It was so expensive at the time. I remember buying it and I was like, this drained my bank account, and for what? For what reason as well? There are so many more affordable alternatives or just other makeup, and also Laura Mercier is not cruelty free. So I think if you're cruelty free only and you've never tried Laura Mercier, don't feel like you're missing out because I think it's a powder like any other powder. Okay, I feel like powder is one of those things where you can't really mess it up too much. Like there are not many loose powders that I've tried that are like awful. I think Nabla made one that was really heavy and the Too Faced one was really heavy, but other than that I've tried pretty much just good powders. So yeah, anything will do. The Milk blurring one as well, if you want a very light setting powder that doesn't mattify, it just kind of sets and blurs but it looks natural, that one's really good. I think there are so many good ones that Laura Mercier was just so overhyped for. I think it costs like 30 something pounds. Any ABH brow products, I think it's anywhere between 20 and 30 pounds per pencil, per eyebrow pencil on these ABH brow pencils, which are okay. They're good, but they're not good for the price tag. Colourpop Brow Boss, I think it's called. It's the one I'm wearing today. These are the brows. Elf makes an amazing micro pencil. It was so good. There are so many affordable brands that make really good brow pencils. Colourpop and Elf are the ones that come to mind. If you want high end, I loved the Hourglass one, but that one's really expensive and I went through it like in a week. But the Charlotte Tilbury ones, so good. I love them so much. If you want expensive, they're really good and expensive. But I think when it comes to brow pencils, I don't think you need to spend a lot of money on them. I think anything will do. I like Glossier for the brow flick. I like I said, Colourpop and Elf. If you have any other ones, leave them in the comment section down below for anyone in need of affordable, good brow pencils, because I don't think you need to buy ABH anymore. Or Benefit. I think you can buy affordable brows and they will look good. Okay, that's my opinion. So I think ABH brows are so overhyped. Maybe with like the pomade, that never looked good. I had my pomade as well. It did not look good. And yeah, I just think they're really, there's like clear brow gel for like 25 pounds when you can get a clear brow gel from literally like Glossier or Colourpop and it will be affordable. Elf makes a good brow gel. Milk makes a good brow gel. Benefit blushes. I tried them the other day because I found like an old magnetic palette that I had with just a bunch of Benefit blushes in there. They're not that good. They are not that good. They're quite patchy. They're not very pigmented. Like you have to build them up a lot, which means your face is gonna look cakey at some point because you know, you have to keep on building this like powder on top of your face and it just doesn't build that well. The shades are okay, but you can't really tell the difference between them when you apply them to your skin because they all just look the same. I think Colourpop makes better blushes. I think there are so many better formulas. If you want high end, Charlotte Tilbury makes a good blush formula. Pam Mcgrath blushes are so good. Like honestly, one of my favorite formulas is the Pam Mcgrath recent blushes that came out. The formula is unbeatable. There is no blush that I've tried that works that way. I'd say Becca, the mineral blushes, so good. Super Shock blushes from Colourpop. Nabla blushes, like the skin glazing ones. There are so many good blushes now that are pigmented but blendable and just look super healthy on the skin. The Benefit blushes are just so overhyped and everyone told me to get these like boxes and they're just so clunky and chunky and not that good. Not that good, okay? The Too Faced lip gloss, the extreme plumping one, first of all, it was so overhyped because of TikTok. I remember it used to be overhyped and then died down, and then TikTok did a challenge where you'd put this lip gloss on and it would burn your lips and you'd do like after 5 minutes, after 10 minutes. And people were dying putting it on. They were like, it's so painful. And I bought it and it's not painful at all. I felt nothing. I put on my lips and it felt like clear lip gloss. It's so overhyped and it's also just really expensive for a clear lip gloss. I use these ones if you want plumping or like you want that, you know, feeling. The So Juicy from Colourpop, I've used up this much I've used up this much already. What other Buxom? Also, there was some in the Soap and Glory. The plumping lip glosses, super plumping. Like if you want plumping, those are plumping. But the Too Faced ones, it was disappointing, okay? And I bought the extreme plumping one. Like I bought one of the ones that said like extra super painful, ouch. And it did not give me any of that. So I think it's just overhyped. You do not need to do all of that. Don't buy it. People had different experiences than me, clearly. The Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. We go way back. I used to buy multiple bottles of it. I used to buy the jumbo bottle and then pour it into smaller bottles to get a good deal. And then I realized, one, it doesn't keep your makeup on that long. Two, anything but this like claim of longevity, which it didn't really do, so it did nothing really special. It was kind of expensive. The sprayer was hit or miss. Like some bottles that I bought were misty and beautiful, some just spat at me, so I'd have to keep the good bottles around and then pour the bad bottle into the good bottle. So I just think that one's really overhyped. It really didn't do anything that it said it would do for me personally. All night, no, definitely not all night. If you want all night, Charlotte Tilbury Stay All Day, I think it's called, that one is budge proof. You're not gonna get any makeup off. And then if you want dewy, because I like a dewy setting spray, but I know dewy setting sprays don't make your makeup last long, so I always do long lasting and then dewy on top. So I do long lasting Charlotte Tilbury, and then dewy I do either Fenty What It Do or the Watermelon Glow Recipe Skin Mist, any of those, and then you're good to go and you get longevity and dew. But the Urban Decay, overhyped. Everyone told me to get it and it was really expensive and I kept on buying it, even though it was really expensive. Do you know how much money I wasted on all of these products? I bought multiple Tarte Shape Tapes, multiple ABH brow pencils, multiple Benefit blushes. I had like 5. Multiple of the Urban Decay all-nighters. Like that's a few £100 that I spent on makeup that I could have bought cheaper or the same price but just better quality. This is a recent hype and I tried it on my full face and look, I think it's a decent, it's an okay, no, I'd say it's good, but it's like verging on decent complexion product. But the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream, it is not as good as people are making it out to be, okay? Even for the price tag, I think, okay, look, if you're looking for it, you're running into a drugstore and you're like, what do I get? I think it will look good. It will look fine. But was it like mind-blowingly good? No. Did it make my skin look super skin-like? No, I think there are so many better ones that you could get. But this one is good for the price tag as well. But I think it's so overhyped because everyone loves the camo concealers that this came out and people were really excited about it. But I think it's fine. It's just fine. Okay, it's not like mind-blowingly good. It's just fine. And if you're looking for fine for the price tag, sure. I think it was like £10 or something. I think it's really good if you're looking for just affordable. But was it as good as everyone made it out to be? No. I think it looked fine. You can see how it performed in my full face of e.l.f. video that I filmed. My opinion was that it was good, because it was good, but it just wasn't what everyone made it out to be. The Too Faced Chocolate Bronzer, the only good thing about that bronzer was the fact that it smelled like chocolate. Other than that, it was a little bit too pigmented. The shade was a little bit too harsh for me, and it was quite patchy if you tried to blend it out on the wrong surface, aka 99% of surfaces. Like it was like a very specific bronzer. You had to like pat and then slightly blend, and it was a little bit of a mess, and it was quite orange. Like in the pan it doesn't look orange, but then you start blending it out and it looks quite like unnatural. Like this looks natural. This looks like blended, natural, like it's seamless in my face. That one you could tell was wearing bronzer. So I think it's very overhyped. I think people really loved it because of the chocolate fragrance and nothing but that, like just the chocolate fragrance. I just think there's much better bronzers out there. What bronzers do I like? Quick, I feel like I'm giving you guys so many like alternatives, because if I saying these are overhyped, then you need some good products. One of my favorite bronzers, Nabla for very subtle, Becca for quite pigmented, but still glowy and beautiful, Hourglass, Charlotte Tilbury, Physicians Formula. Really, any of these are really good formulas that are solid and blendable and buildable and nice. This one, the only thing it's got going for it is the packaging was quite cute and the chocolate scent was nice. But other than that, mediocre at best, and everyone told me that it was like God's gift to earth, and it just wasn't, okay? And then we have the Novena Pro Palettes. You guys know how I feel about these. Recently they came out with the purple one and everyone's giving it raving reviews, so I'm going to be an idiot and buy one because I'm an idiot that likes to waste money. But I'll give you guys a review and tell you if I like it. But I tried the pink one and then I'm yet to try the orange one. I bought them because of the packaging. They looked quite nice and everyone was raving about them. Everyone was telling me that it was like the most pigmented and beautiful and amazing and blendable, and it was none of that. I think there are affordable palettes that worked much better than that. I actually compared it to an Odin's Eye palette, and the Odin's Eye palette performed 10 times better, 100 times better, and I just thought it was very mediocre for the £65 price tag that they were asking for, that I gave them. I gave them the £65. So yeah, I just thought it was quite mediocre, and I just don't think it was worth the money at all. I think, you know, there are so many eyeshadow brands that make really good eyeshadows. I feel like if this was 5 years ago, eyeshadows were very lacking, but right now in 2021 you have like affordable eyeshadows that work good, that work well. e.l.f., like the mini bite-sized palettes work well, Colourpop works well, Charlotte Tilbury, Pam Mcgrath, Natasha Denona, BH Cosmetics. I heard LA Girl make some good eyeshadows right now. I just don't think you need to spend £65 on that. It was not good, okay? But I'll try the purple one. Maybe the purple one's good. And if it's not, I'll be really pissed off because at that point I bought 3 palettes and I don't like them. But that is it for my overhyped picks. Let me know your overhyped picks in the comment section and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.